Today we're going to be talking about how to recolor objects that you've created, images, graphics in Adobe Illustrator. This is such a helpful thing to know how to use because a lot of times we spend a huge amount of time drawing so many things to only realize that the colors don't work. So I'm going to show you multiple different versions on how to recolor your objects. Now, I did not place the images in the boxes just because I wanted to keep the file size low. So I've selected the image and I'm holding down the Alt key and dragging out copies. The other thing you can do is copy and paste, but I like just to click and drag out a copy because I find that to be very efficient. All right, first and foremost, we do have written instructions here to the left, so you can follow those, but just in case you want to follow these directions, you can. So if you'll notice, with this object selected, I have a recolor option popping up here on this little bar that they added a couple of versions ago. The other way you can do it is to say Object, and then you can choose to say, Edit, and then you can choose to say Edit Colors, which is right here. I tend to do this one just because this is what I'm most comfortable with. So we're just going to start with the first option, which is recolor artwork. When you do that, you're going to get this box that allows you to do two different ways. One is that you can take this little dial here that has all the full color and I can move the dials around, shifting the tone as it equally spaces out. Now, a lot of people really like this because it kind of keeps the colors balanced, or you can click advanced options and manually select the object colors that you want. So if I wanted a really bright blue, and for this one, I'm going to choose a nice bright pink, and for this one, I'm going to choose a really dark orange. Now, then I can say okay, and it will automatically choose those colors that I've done. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to actually use presets already built in. So again, this way if you click, it's going to take you to this basic option. So instead, I'm going to say Edit Color. And this time, what I want to do is I'm going to choose Recolor with presets. And what this does is this gives me a lot of options that have already been decided. And we have color library. You can do a single color, two color, three color, or color harmony. So we're going to start with color harmony first. And one of the things you'll notice is it automatically selected one of the harmony rules. Harmony rules are a really great way to choose quickly colors that go well together. So I've asked you to choose a specific one, but I do want to just show you different ways. So I'm going to choose left complement, for example. And when I say okay, it's automatically going to change all of the colors that are the same to that new setup. You can also do instead, you can do art history options. There are so many different ways to do the preset. So I'm going to go to color library, for example, and if I have different ones built in here. So instead I'm going to choose beach and I'm going to say okay. And well, that's very similar to the one that it just was, but it will recolor based on those instead. So these are kind of fun, especially if you're somebody who struggles with choosing colors and figuring out colors that work well together. This really helps you figure out what you're wanting to do. So there's a fruit one, that one's a little different. And it just helps you figure it out. The other thing is once you've done that, maybe you don't love it. Maybe then you go back to recolor artwork because maybe I don't love this little peachy orangey color. Maybe I want to change that to something with a little bit more vibrancy, and maybe I want to choose like a bright yellow. So then I can manually overwrite certain colors. The last one is using what is called generative refill. A lot of people are really excited about this. This one, Edit Color, Generative Recolor, allows you to actually choose some of these sample prompts down here, or you could literally describe something that you want it to look like. I want it to look like dark academia. Now, sometimes it doesn't always figure out what you're saying, so you sometimes have to be a little bit more specific, but it did a pretty good job. So now I have different variations, so I'm going to choose that one because I think that's lovely. But you can continue to try different things. I want it to be bright and happy. And now I'm going to get a whole different set of variation prompts. And again, it did a pretty good job. And just like we did before, if I don't love one particular color, then I just go back to edit my colors and fix those ones very quickly and easily in order to get the colors I want. But I'm going to go back to this dark academia because I really like that. Hopefully this will help you see how you can really be more productive using Adobe Illustrator. I want you to go through and do 2 different versions. And then for this one, you're going to do our school colors. You may need to add a few extra colors. So think through color families, think through values, think through tone, think through brightness. And when you're done, you're going to finish it up and save to submit.